Los, or as some people may know them as, the East Los Angeles walkouts. Who here has ever seen the film Walkout? Oh wow, not that many. I thought a lot more of it. Okay, well, in an article on the kcet.org website written by Miss Kelly Simpson, it was stated that in 1967, Mexican American students throughout the Southwest held a 60% high school dropout rate and the lowest college attendance rate. Schools such as Roosevelt, Garfield, Lincoln, and Jefferson High School were all tired of being part of that statistic. Before continuing on and sharing this information, I hope to help the class have a better understanding of what the walkouts were. So I'm going to give a little bit about what exactly the walkouts were, and some people that actually were a big impact. So one of the main leaders was actually Sal Castro. Sal Castro was one of the teachers at one of those schools, and one of the students that actually I feel inspired many of the other students to actually take action as well was Miss Paula Crisostomos. She was a very smart student. She was, straight A student 4.0, but she was actually also tired of just the way the school treated the students themselves. They were trying to overrule prejudice, and that was actually displayed in their schools. So the walkouts in general, what they would do was very accurate in the movie. They would stand up before class was, before the professor, the teacher would take attendance of the class, and they would, not everyone, but usually a student, as she did as well, they would stand up, say walk out, and they would literally walk out of the classroom. One of the main streets that they walked was 4th Street, and holding posters and signs. One thing I want to share with you is that not everybody would walk out all the time. This was a very large process. The biggest walkout, meaning many of the students that actually, the biggest walkout was on March 6, 1967. And that was when most of the students actually walked out. The students were just tired of the school actually not letting them speak in their native tongue. If you spoke Spanish, the teachers would actually get mad at you, which is definitely not right. I feel that, if you learn something at home, you should definitely be able to share it with your friends and everybody else. They were not allowed to go to the restroom during the lunch period. And the faculty was just very, they didn't display, they didn't believe that the students would actually achieve, or that they would, achieve a milestone that they had. But actually, in many of the walkouts, this was actually in Roosevelt. One of the results was actually a lot of police brutality. I actually tried to find the really famous picture that was taken in Roosevelt, but unfortunately I couldn't. But it was basically students trying to climb the fence and the police actually beating them. A lot of people say, how did the police know, things like that. Well, there was actually meetings with Sal Castro and Paula Crisostomos that they actually held, and there was many undercover policemen. They knew the route that they were going to take, so by the time they would actually walk out of the classroom, the police was already there. What happened, or a consequence because of this, is that 35 students were jailed in conspiracy to disturbing the peace, as well as Sal Castro himself. Now, in conclusion, so many of the organizations that the students created, they actually fell apart. The Board of Education did not hire or recruit many Chicano teachers or administrators. It was easy to say that change was not immediately put into action by the school system, although if there is one great thing that has come from this, is that due to these actions, there was a significant change in college recruitment for Latinos. Many of the students that took part in these walkouts is actually Mayor Villaraigosa, which was the mayor of Los Angeles, and the former the award-winning film maker Moctezuma Esparza, which actually directed Walkout. And in leaving you with this, I hope you gained a better understanding of what the struggles for Latinos were in their education, and how our education is important to create a better future. just to leave you with the last little picture, this should definitely be our future. Thank you.